Welcome to a deep dive into the future of filmmaking, where the director might just be an algorithm.
And not just any algorithm. This is a whole system. It's designed to mimic a human film crew.
Yeah, we're really diving deep into FilmAgent. It's described in a research paper I saw this week, and it's a framework. Well, it uses a bunch of these AI agents, all powered by large language models, to collaboratively make a movie from scratch.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that it kind of goes beyond that simple, text-to-video generation. We're talking about potentially replicating the entire creative pipeline, from brainstorming to directing, all within this controlled virtual environment.
So no more on-set drama, just pure algorithmic efficiency. Okay, I'm hooked. So how does this virtual film set work?
So the researchers, they decided to use the Unity game engine to build their virtual world, which is the backdrop for all of FilmAgent's creations. They actually pre-built 15 locations, each of them with specific spots for actors and a defined set of camera angles.
So they've essentially built a digital backlot ready for their AI crew to take over. Tell me about this crew. Who are the key players?
Okay, so we have 4 primary roles, and they're all filled by LLM-based agents. First, the director, the visionary, the one who comes up with the characters, outlines the scene, and provides feedback throughout the whole process.
So the digital Spielberg, calling all the shots, and who's handling the script writing duties?
The screenwriter agent. They're responsible for crafting the dialogue, describing the characters' actions, and even specifying their positions for each line. They take the director's feedback and revise the script accordingly.
It's like a high-stakes game of digital charades.
Yeah.
What about the actors? Are we talking lines of code delivering Shakespeare?
Well, not exactly Shakespeare, but they do have character profiles, and this is where it gets interesting. The actor agents, they can actually provide feedback on their lines. They can flag anything that feels off for their character.
Wait, so the AI is offering notes on the script? That's wild. Who's rounding out this digital dream team?
The cinematographer. They're responsible for translating all this into visuals. They choose the camera angles, shot types, everything from close-ups to tracking shots, essentially shaping the visual narrative.
It's a complete production team, all run by algorithms. I'm assuming there needs to be some serious coordination for this to actually work.
Right. That's where 2 specific collaboration strategies come in. The first is critique, correct, verify, or CCD, used mainly in script writing.
Okay. Walk me through how that works.
Think of it as a highly structured feedback loop. So the director critiques the script, the screenwriter revises it based on that critique, and the director then verifies whether the revisions address their concerns. And, this repeats until the script is deemed satisfactory.
Like a digital tango of revisions. Interesting. What's the second strategy they use?
It's called debate judge, or DJ, and that one's used during cinematography. So in this case, 2 cinematographer agents independently choose camera setups for a scene. Then they debate the merits of their choices, with the director acting as the judge and making the final call.
So they're not just generating content, they're actually having structured arguments about the best artistic approach.
That's fascinating and a little unsettling. Did they actually put this FilmAgent system to the test?
Yeah, they did. The researchers gave FilmAgent 15 different story ideas and let it, run wild. The system produced short films for each idea, all within those virtual environments. And get this, they even had human judges evaluate the final products.
So the Turing test for filmmaking. I have to ask, how did those films stack up against something made by, actual humans?
Before we jump into the results, it's worth mentioning another player in the AI filmmaking game, OpenAI Sora, a powerful text-to-video generator. And it's been generating a lot of buzz.
I've heard of Sora. It seems like it can whip up any visual you can dream up. How does it compare to this FilmAgent system?
So Sora is incredibly adaptable, able to generate a wide range of scenes and styles. However, it's been known to have consistency issues. Sometimes it might generate scenes that defy physics or don't quite align with the intended story. So Sora is like the talented but unreliable artist, full of potential, but a bit chaotic.
A fitting analogy. FilmAgent, on the other hand, being constrained by its pre-built environments, offers more consistency and realism. The trade-off is flexibility.
It's like the meticulous craftsman versus the free-spirited artist.
Okay, I need to know, how did those human judges score FilmAgent's films?
The judges rated the films on plot coherence, dialogue quality, camera appropriateness, and actor performance. And surprisingly, FilmAgent achieved an average score of 3.98 out of 5.
Almost a 4 out of 5. That's impressive for a system that, let's be honest, is still in its infancy.
It certainly is. And what's even more interesting is that FilmAgent significantly outperformed the single-agent baselines they used for comparison. Even when pitted against OpenAI's, powerful O1 model, FilmAgent, using the less advanced GPT-4o, came out on top.
So the collaborative approach seems to be a winning formula, at least for now. But I'm sure there are limitations. Is this truly the future of filmmaking? Well, it's certainly too early to, proclaim the end of human filmmakers. But this research does raise some interesting questions.
Yeah, let's not hand over the Oscars to robots just yet. What are some of the limitations holding FilmAgent back from taking over Hollywood?
I think the most glaring one is the reliance on those pre-built environments. While it ensures consistency and realism, it also limits the scope of what FilmAgent can create, It can't just conjure up any scene imaginable from scratch, like Sora might attempt to.
So it's a bit like working with a set designer who only offers 15 very specific sets to choose from. What other limitations are they facing?
The range of actions the virtual actors can perform is also limited. They're bound by the, predefined possibilities within that virtual world. It's not quite ready to handle the complex choreography of like a big budget action sequence.
Okay, so no parkour chases through a virtual cityscape just yet. Anything else?
Well, the control over action and camera movement is currently granular, like at the line level. FilmAgent can't yet orchestrate intricate sequences within a single line of dialogue. And while it can generate speech, it doesn't incorporate music or other sound design elements.
So it's like having a composer and a sound editor go on strike, leaving you with a silent film. Still, a 3.98 out of 5 is a pretty remarkable feat. I'm curious to dig deeper into how these collaboration strategies, the CCV and DJ you mentioned,
seeing all of us
play out.
together again.
They're actually more structured than you might think. Take the critique, correct, verify process. There's a specific algorithm dictating how the director and screenwriter agents interact.
So it's not just a free-flowing exchange of creative ideas.
Not quite. The algorithm ensures the critique is specific and actionable. It's guiding the screenwriter on how to revise the script. The director then checks if those revisions meet their criteria. And this loop continues until they reach a satisfactory outcome.
It's like having a
I believe my actions were in everyone's best interest. Looking back, I can see how they might have been hurtful. I wasn't trying to cause pain.
Can we at least try to understand each other's sides for once?
I can't help but feel I should. Been there, more for all of you. For you, Maya.
It's not just you, Beth. I felt like everyone moved on and I was stuck. It hurt.
You know what? I miss those late night talks in our dorm room. We always had each other's back.
Yeah, those were the best. I guess life just got in the way, but those moments meant the world to me.
Me too. I should have said something sooner. I am sorry.
We both made mistakes. What's how important is that we were here now, right?
This lasagna tastes just like the one we used to make in college. Remember those kitchen disasters?
Oh God, how could I forget the infamous fire?
Emma, is that really you?
Alex, wow, it's been ages.
I can believe we ran into each other like this. How have you been?
I've been busy, but it's great to be here. Just moved in and there's so much to figure out.
Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate. How about we catch up over coffee?
IT love that. Where should we meet?
How about your place? Want to head there now?
Perfect, let's go, yeah. Welcome to our humble abode. Alex, make yourself comfortable.
Thanks, Emma. This place is really cozy.
Let me introduce you to Chris. Chris, this is Alex, my old friend from college.
Hey, Alex, nice to finally meet you. Emma talks about you all the time.
Good to meet you, Chris. So you guys just moved here?
Yeah, we're still getting settled. It's been a bit of a whirlwind.
Sounds like a lot to handle.
You can say that. Alex, what is this? I found messages between you and Lily.
Mia, I can explain. These conversations were part of resolving some unfinished matters from the past. I was trying to tie up loose ends, not hide anything important.
Old. These are from just last week. How could you hide this from me, Alex? This isn't something you just forget to mention.
I didn't think it was important. I didn't want to upset you.
Upset me. Do you have any idea how betrayed I feel?
It wasn't totally like that, Mia. I swear nothing happened.
It's not just about what happened, Alex. It's about trust. And right now, I don't know if I can ever trust you again.
Lily, why were you texting Alex? You know how sensitive this is for me.
A built-in editor, ruthlessly ensuring every plot hole is plugged. What about that cinematography debate? Does it also follow a rigid structure?
Absolutely. The debate judge algorithm involves multiple rounds of, back and forth between the two cinematographer agents. They present their case for their chosen camera setup, highlighting strengths and weaknesses in each other's selections.
So it's less of a heated artistic debate and more of like a structured presentation of evidence.
Precisely. And the director's role is crucial here. The algorithm requires them to actively summarize the debate, identifying areas of agreement and disagreement. This ensures an informed final decision based on a thorough evaluation of the arguments.
It seems almost clinical in its approach to creativity. But I suppose removing human ego from the equation could lead to some interesting results.
That's an intriguing observation, and it's worth noting that those 15 virtual environments are also meticulously designed to, support this whole process.
So every digital prop and backdrop is strategically placed.
Exactly. Each environment has a detailed layout, designated spots for actors, and a wide array of camera positions and angles. Even specific camera movements like pans, zooms, and tracking shots are predefined.
It's like a meticulously organized dollhouse, where every detail is designed to facilitate a specific narrative. Does this level of control ever feel limiting?
It certainly has its constraints, but it also ensures consistency and realism because everything happens within this, controlled digital space. There are no real-world limitations to contend with.
It's almost like the virtual world offers a level of creative freedom that's impossible to achieve in the real world. But with so much emphasis on predefined elements, does this approach truly allow for creativity?
That's a valid point. And it's important to remember that this research is still very much in its experimental phase. While the technology is impressive, it's far from a finished product.
So the question remains, can a system like FilmAgent truly be considered creative? Or is it simply a sophisticated mimicry of human processes?
Well, it's a question philosophers and computer scientists will likely be debating for years to come. But I think it's worth considering what we can learn from this research regarding